Welcome back, guys, to VenGoose Gaming. This is TFGoose here with Vendetta. Say hey, Vendetta.
Hey.
All right, and we're just continuing with our SimCity series here, picking back up right where we left off last time in the Beta 3 here with the fully unlocked version. And we're just now starting to see kind of the impact of the economic changes that they've made here. As you can see, money is a little hard to come by. Vendetta's been feeling it so far, and go ahead, man. Tell us what you're thinking about here at this stage.
Okay, so right here I went ahead and placed a clinic, and just because they were complaining about it, you guys can see there I'm losing 7 citizens a day. Not good. So just trying to upgrade my clinic, get the health infrastructure kind of up and going. I already placed a casino, as you guys may have saw, but one thing I did not place was a police station.
Yeah, we were talking about that last time, how, you know, they've certainly tweaked the amount of crime that's coming out when you put down the gambling, you know, sort of establishments here. But I was thinking that it wouldn't be that much of a problem right away, but it certainly seems to sneak up on you quickly here, if I recall.
It sure does, and it's much harder to kind of counterbalance once you have the gambling in place. Crime isn't necessarily as big of an issue if you don't have a gambling in your city, but that's the trade-off, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, you're saying you want to have that increased income from the gambling hall or any of the other ones that you can place, you know, but if you do that, you better be prepared for the crime problem, because it does become rampant. You'll see here after a bit, it just becomes an issue. But, you know, now it's just a matter of trying to, I guess, get a little bit more infrastructure in place, trying to put some more Sims into the area to get that income up. You can see down there, guys, I mean, only sitting at around, you know, we've got 11K right now, pulling down 2,600 or so an hour, but also having health problems. You know, Sims are complaining about health, Sims are complaining about fire. You know, we've got the gambling hall down here, but no police station. All that stuff costs money.
Right. And I'm just trying to play catch up with my, you know, basic services, trying to get a good health system, a good fire system. And the problem with that is I'm seeing a lot of demand for utilities, yet I'm not really increasing my monthly income.
Right. Yeah, because, I mean, well, every time you place one of these buildings or one of these add-ons, you're adding on to your monthly, or detracting from your monthly income, rather. You
Correct.
know, so it's almost like a catch-22. You know, you build all these guys here, they want more stuff, you need more money to give them more stuff, and the second you give them the things that they want, you now have less money.
Exactly.
And less money incoming as well. It's like, seriously, like, is this a bad joke? Like, what's going on? You know?
SimCity is a cruel mistress.
It is. It can be so painful sometimes, but, you know, of course, the goal here is, you know, if you do give them everything that they need and you give them some nice, you know, higher density streets and such, eventually you get more guys moving into town, and of course, you know, your taxes increase, and, you know, then you're able to better support, you know, the citizens there. But it seems like they've really made an effort to make sure, you know, that simoleons are always going to be, or at least for a while, going to be a valuable resource. You're not just going to be just rolling in cash, you know, because if you are, that means, you know, you have a lot of citizens, and those citizens are probably going to be demanding stuff. Oh yeah, that guy. That freaking guy.
So guys, he wants to host a fireworks show, which we actually did in previous betas. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't have a good fire infrastructure, it'll just light a bunch of your buildings on fire, and that's bad news bears.
Yeah, which is, yeah, hilariously coming from the fire station. You know, this isn't some yokels in their backyard lighting off some, you know, Roman candles that they shouldn't be. It's the fire station. The fire chief decides, hey, let's blow some fireworks off with these residential properties right across the street. Sounds like a winner of an idea to me. But for some reason, they're not able to handle themselves, so I would avoid that particular little quest bubble if I were you.
Yeah, I just told him to ask me later because I didn't quite get the fire infrastructure that I was happy with to let him go around blowing up stuff.
Right, yeah. Maybe later. Maybe later.
Maybe later.
We're feeling saucy. We can do that.
Exactly. So right here, guys, you saw that my city hall was demanding police force, and that's because I have my gambling hall going. Crime is starting to creep up to be a problem. And again,
so traffic.
Yeah, traffic is huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge.
Crazy. They're already talking about streetcars here. You know, you're rocking, what, 11,000 citizens here?
Yeah.
They were, oh, it just vanished now down there a little bit. Just a second ago, they were starting to talk about that already. It's amazing to me.
Yeah, traffic is the name of the game. I've said it many times. I'll say it again. Um, it's hard to manage. You really have to be methodical in your planning for your city, but you know, that's part of the fun, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's part of the deal where you're constantly wanting to have that balance. You know, you want to have that perfect design where you're making the most use of your space. You know, but you also have to sit there. Wow, look at that radius. Bam! Huge,
Yeah,
huge.
bring the wave, baby.
That is awesome. That costs you some more money though per hour, but you know, look at all the happiness. So that's what's excellent. But yeah, still, again, it's all about design. It's all about trying to make sure that you have the space to let your Sims expand, but you also might even have to consider limiting some of their space in your designs to make sure they don't expand too much, you know, in order to handle the traffic in your area at that time.
Right, you don't want them to expand too fast too quickly.
Yeah, it's certainly not before you have, say, another city or, you know, 7 providing income that you can give them the services and the kinds of streets and stuff that they need in order to really support that level of growth.
Yeah, so right here, I'm just kind of, again, waiting for my money to build up. I want to place a police station so I can start hitting that crime problem head on.
Yeah, and certainly the citizens want that, but as we see here and I imagine is going to be the case all throughout the game, whenever you have plans to do something, right about the time when you're ready to do that thing, something else comes up. Like, there you go right there, your clinic just popped again, saying, oh my god, everybody's dying, you know?
Yeah, I didn't have enough patient capacity, so they're complaining about that. I try to remedy that and add a wing. But again, guys, that takes $15,000.
Yeah,
and
half what you needed for your police station. You know?
Exactly.
So you're only pulling $3,700 an hour here, so it's like every time you get close to being able to put the cops down, they want something else.
Yeah. The balancing act is tricky. I mean, you really have to prioritize and figure out what you want to do.
Yep. And it can seem kind of overwhelming, you know, but really the worst that's going to happen is, you know, you tick some people off for a little bit, but you're still going to end up making some money. And you can also do this here. You can just hop over to another city for a bit, maybe try and build yourself up over there, earn up some money, send it over. You know, if
Absolutely.
you're playing with friends, you can ask for a loan. You can do all kinds of stuff like that. I mean, it's going to take a little bit to get acclimated to the game and figure out how quickly you can really allow yourself to put things in place without digging a hole.
Yeah. So right here, I switched over to Demo City. I completely forgot and neglected garbage in both cities. So there's trash everywhere.
I'm sure everybody will just burn it in the backyard, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they're not very happy about living in sewage for some reason.
That's all right.
So I go here to Demo City to start setting up a garbage collection infrastructure. Place it down here by my industrial because these guys don't care about garbage. You want to keep that away from your residents. They don't like garbage.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You keep it away from them, and they're okay. Industry doesn't seem to really mind much, so that's always nice. But I see there's there's one of your guys from your other city. Oh, actually, crap, pulled my mic there for a second. Sorry, but
silly noob.
Yeah. Anyway, I was just saying you have one of your guys from your other city here visiting. That's what your icon is there. I noticed, and if that was someone who wasn't you, you'd actually see their icon. So.
Right.
Eventually, you'll see a goose flying around in there, I think. But, you know.
Could be a little confusing for people. You do see my icon floating around, but that's just because I'm controlling all the cities.
Yep. I also noticed here, too, I know we talked about it earlier, that it was raining here for a short bit, and you were mentioning that actually does replenish the groundwater supply.
Right. So in summertime, the water will run dry, and your water table will actually change. If you use number 4, you can see your water map. And it gets replenished by rain.
That's excellent. Just one of those little nice touches, you know, that...
Maxis is so good about those intricate details to really make the game feel cohesive.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool. So here I think it's just trying to get up enough trash service that you can actually sell it to the other city as well.
Exactly.
Right?
And if you guys notice up there at the top, the ticker, crime from Gambleton is actually spilling over into Demo City.
Which is... bad news.
Yes, it is. And I don't have a police force in this city either, so there's nothing to counteract it.
Yep. You get criminals coming over here, they just have a heyday. It's simple as that. So really, really, really have to watch that. It seems like, just as a point of order, if you're going to play in a region, either, you know, with a bunch of your friends or with strangers or even just controlling one all by yourself, it seems like it's a good idea to not establish gambling in any of your cities until you have a strong police presence already in place, and that means you might just have to hold off on that. I know, personally, I was planning on going right after gambling, like straight after launch, just go.
Yeah.
That was my first thing I wanted to do just because I'm a Vegas junkie. That's the way it is. You know, I love me my poker. But, you know, it's just one of those things. You're really going to have to make sure you've got some sort of exporting thing going on with fossil fuels, or you're doing maybe some electronics or something. One of the other specializations somewhere that can support your cities, support your region, give yourself that infrastructure, and then really you can go after the gambling.
Yeah. It was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be, to be honest. I thought gambling was going to be pretty easy because in the betas, it was easy.
Yeah, you just plopped it down and derp.
Yeah, show me the money.
Yeah, it was that simple. You didn't really have to wait. I remember sitting there looking at it and actually getting kind of upset because it was taking like the rest of the day, the rest of the game day for it to become profitable. I'm like, come on. And all of a sudden it would go from red to green. You're like, oh, yay, everything's great.
Yeah.
You know? And all of a sudden it was just free money.
Yeah.
You know, and one police station with, you know, essentially like one jail wing and like 3 cop cars.
Was more than fine to cover, honestly, a city of 60,000.
Yeah. I mean, we never had to build more than one police station, and certainly didn't have to max one out.
No.
You know, prior to this, but now, I mean, it's gonna be a thing. Now, I can see your guys here still complaining about garbage. That's just because your trucks haven't quite made their way over here yet, but they're on the way.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to wait for the new day to start. They'll make the commute on the highway in the region and come over here and start collecting my garbage.
Yep. Another little ticker update there. Still buying water from Demo City. Trying to get that going there, and that's always nice, but eventually that can run dry as well.
Yep, absolutely.
And you're sending your poop over to Demo City, I see.
Yep. The one man's trash is another man's treasure, as they say.
That's it. Hey, people got a deuce, you know, it's the way it is. So, finally, there it is. All right, so now we got the police station rocking, finally. 30K down the tubes, but absolutely required. Look, you got a couple criminals on the map there already.
Yeah, already infested with criminals. Kind of hurts my operating income there because it's a expensive service to run. But again, I'm going for gambling.
Yeah, you got to have it.
Yeah, you got to have it.
You have to have the police presence, and if you get it under control, then it isn't going to matter, you know?
Right.
Oh, yeah, there's that. Hooray! Yay.
There's my chief.
Yeah, all right, you put down the police station. All right, well, it's fine. But again, right back to work. People complaining about health, still complaining about the cops, wanting that mass transit system.
Yeah.
You know, you're about to tip over 16,000 residents here, and they're already wanting the buses.
It's so amazing that the amount of growth you can get with high-density streets comparatively to medium density.
Yeah, they're really, really, really filling out quite quickly here, and wanting those services. It seems like even for the amount of population that you have, the amount of demand for services has increased, you know, dramatically from the last time we got to touch the game. So
exactly, it seems like a little bit of an exponential curve there.
Yeah.
So you guys can see my garbage trucks made it over from Demo City. They're going around picking up my dirt.
Yep, and the cops as well, doing work.
Yep.
Having the heyday, picking up what about. Shoot, they got 16 crimes committed per day. It looks like.
Yeah, it's pretty much the Wild Wild West in here.
And upgrading your town hall.
Yeah.
As well here.
Lots of people picketing. They're mad. They're always mad about something. There's not much you can do about that.
No. But so plopping down. What was that? The transportation there?
Yeah, that was the Department of Transportation. My idea behind that is, I have access to a rail line here, and I wanted to start to get more tourists into my casinos to really try to make it profitable, because that is the key to running a gambling city. You have to have lots of people.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and you might as well make use of that rail line. It may not be the most common method of travel for us, at least not in most parts of the U.S. Here. We don't really make use of railways, but shoot, in SimCity, it's a great way to bring people into your town.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic mode of transportation here.
Having just a little bit of trouble making the connection here.
Yeah, this rail did not want to cooperate.
It seems like maybe it was just like a little too sharp or something like that. I don't know what it was. Oh, okay. So lets you make a little sort of cattywampus loop there, though. That's nice.
Yeah, I drew that and I zoomed in because I was like, really? Did that honestly work?
Yeah. The normal straight one didn't want to work, but you put that little hook in there and all of a sudden everything's fine.
Yeah.
To me, that looks like a derail waiting to happen, but oh, no, there's the train. All right.
There's the train already flowing in.
Yep.
So you guys can see there in the bottom, I've got fire, medical, and police industry just always on you. My population's increasing. That only compounds the problem.
Yeah, it's both a good thing and a bad thing. More population is more money. I mean, you're able to keep your infrastructure up because of that, but your hourly rate keeps fluctuating. I mean, you were at 2, then 3, then 4, now back down to 3, and I think you're at 5 once. So it's up, down, up, down, up, down, because you're constantly having to keep replacing these services in here and giving people what they're asking for.
Right, and so you guys saw me checking out the police precinct there, and I was debating on buying a bigger police station because crime is such a problem, and trying to figure that, that balancing act. And I just don't have the funds, though. I mean, it's $120,000.
Yeah, that's bananas right now. That's out of control. But...
I just don't have the money.
Right. Also saw you went ahead and placed your own water tower. It looks like the water reserves were drying up, picking up from your other city here, so had to go ahead and make your own tower here.
Yeah, I was trying not to flip-flop too much between the two, and I was trying to, focus on this city, get it built up to where I was happy with it. The other side of this city that I actually wanted to complete was I wanted to make it education.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, and that's just going to take a lot of time. And at this stage, you got to be thinking to yourself, hey, we've already been in here for a little while yet. You know, how much more time do I have? What can I do? What can I build up? So there's only so much you can do on flipping back and forth. And it had to be getting a little frustrating here, too, just realizing that it needs so much more maintenance.
Yeah,
your cities last time.
Your cities need a little TLC, a lot more so than in the previous versions as we played.
Yeah, they need to be petted. Seriously,
They
just
need
a little bit.
They need their hair and their nails done.
Oh goodness, seriously, it feels that way sometimes. Well, hell, it is just one big decorating project, right? No, it's way more than that. So, and I guess your police station's always still talking about crime up there.
16 crimes a day.
That's just nuts. They're going to want more space there too soon. They're going to need more jails.
Yeah. The jail's going to start filling up. Got a robbery in progress. I noticed the police seem to be a little buggy here. I wasn't quite sure. It didn't appear to be a traffic issue, but, looking right there, bam, my jails are full. And if your jails are full, they will let the criminals go right back onto the street. So very important to keep that up to date.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's always nice. Oh, they drive over someone's house and pick up the criminal. Oh, thank you, officer. Then drive them on down to the police station, be like, oh, well, no room. Take it easy.
Yeah.
I mean, they can literally walk right back out to the door and go back to the exact same place they were and rob it again.
Yeah, yeah.
It's that simple. So you got to make sure that you upkeep the jail, and certainly always, the clinic there as well. You want your people staying alive because, as we said, live sims are the only ones that pay taxes.
Exactly.
Sadly. If we could get the dead ones to pay taxes, it'd be a hell of a lot easier, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe the zombies do. Find out.
I love the zombie disaster. That is
one of the best ones. Yeah, it's just funny and a nice surprise.
It really was.
Yeah. I think I saw one of the little interviews there. They said that they were thinking about making like just some sort of standard plague, event, and then they decided to go with the zombies just because it was so much more fun. Who cares about watching a disease spread? But zombies and shootouts and that's good times there.
Yeah. Again, you guys can see here, having a traffic issue, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to high density. This is kind of twofold. Again, that catch-22. You upgrade your density, which helps with traffic, but then you can build skyscrapers, which makes traffic worse.
Right. It's, self-perpetuating, as we said. But what else are you going to do? I mean, your only other option is to let traffic become so much of a problem that your sims can't get to work.
Yeah.
Can't get to the hospital, that your fire trucks can't get to fires, and then they get ticked and they leave.
Yeah, so it's really it puts you in a bad situation.
Yeah, it's really just going to be about, again, finding that balance, trying to figure out exactly, what you can do. It's not necessarily a horrible thing to look down and see, oh, I got a yellow street here, or even a red street. Maybe that's not an immediate, call to action, you have to do something about that instantly. But it's hard to not want to address the problem as quickly as you can, so it's just going to be about playing and getting some more experience with the game and figuring out exactly how much leeway you have at any point in time.
Right.
Before you have to act and, take care of the traffic issue before everybody takes off.
So here again, waiting for some money to roll in.
Yeah, only 3,600 or so an hour with 12K, or I'm sorry, yeah, oh wow, yeah, you're 12,000 money, but you're at almost 25,000 sims already in such a small area too. I mean,
I know, quite different from the past betas, as we've said.
yeah. I mean, we would be filling out the entire map in about this stage and then just waiting for them to go vertical, which they are in certain areas here, but still, I mean, you got a lot of sort of small single-family homes and trailer park looking things here.
Yeah, and tons of empty space. I mean, I think I've only filled out about a fourth of the map, to be honest.
Yeah, fourth or third or so, maybe
Yeah.
something in that neighborhood. But yeah, you still got a long way to go for filling things out, and a lot more density streets you can upgrade and everything here, and still 24, 25K people. Wow, you're turbo out of money.
Yeah.
You hate it when it goes yellow like that. That's never fun.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Gosh, they're still complaining about police up there and everything too. That railway's gonna have to go, dude.
I know.
It really does.
I'm gonna have to
it's bothering me already. Look at that. That thing is coming off the track when it comes in. That's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize when you place the passenger station, you have to also connect it with the street. So actually the default rail right there would have been perfect, but I, for some reason, thought I needed to pull the track out.
That's all right. Yes, again, something else we didn't really get to mess with in the beta, so all experimentation, but that's all right.
Yeah. Hey, that's what
Better
this
as
beta's
it
for.
goes. Man, that's expensive too. 5K to lay that little
That
strip right there.
nice bit.
Yeah, that's a pain.
They've really tweaked the price of roading, or roads.
Roadings.
Yeah.
Go with those. Yeah, that sounds good. Hey, why not? Who cares? We need more educations. That's what we've been saying the whole time, right?
Exactly. It sounds like I went to school at Gambleton.
Yeah, no doubt. Which right now has no schools, which is essentially the problem. You were homeschooled. That was all.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Yeah. Now some of these, are they, okay, see that little thought bubble there? I think he was talking about having higher density streets, which is kind of strange. I didn't know that citizens would actually complain about that.
Yeah. It's amazing. They'll really tell you what they want.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, they're not shy.
No,
They're
not
definitely
at all.
not shy. That's no problem.
I think that's that's Max's subtle attempt to kind of push you as a player to say, hey, pay attention to this.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's much nicer. Sure, the little prompts down there on the bottom with the various indicators turning yellow or even red, I mean, that's a great subtle indicator to tell you, hey, this is an issue. But putting something right in your face as well from the Sims directly, because, that's also a great thing, just because you really don't want to spend the entire game looking at the bottom bar.
Right.
They want to pull your attention into the middle of the screen. That's where all the action's going. That's where the game looks pretty. That's where they want you to be focused. And the best way to do that, of course, again, just speaking programming and metagame level here, is to put some prompts on the screen that are subtle, fit in with the game universe, but still give you the information that they want to pass on to you as a player.
Exactly. Right here, putting a little more shopping in. I have a real high commercial demand. Also a high industry demand as well, but I'm going to let Demo City take care of that. Make those guys drive.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, if you want to keep this city a little bit cleaner, and have it focused on your education and your gambling efforts, then there's no reason to lay industry here. The guys that want industry will simply drive down the road and take care of it there. So
right, and
let
with
it happen.
the education piece, my thought behind that in my design was if you pair education and gambling together, you should have less of a crime problem because your citizens that are educated are obviously less likely to commit crimes. That was my reasoning behind trying to make this city. Unfortunately, it didn't really go as planned.
Yeah, well, again, it's just one of those things where there was so much capital involved.
Right.
I mean, it's one thing if you came into this and you got a couple million simoleons being donated from another of your cities that you've already made like a huge tech central or a major oil exporter or mineral exporter or something like that, and you can just come in here and immediately build out the city really, really well. That's one thing. It would probably be great at that stage, doing education and and gambling all together like that. That would probably work out well. But when you're building it up from scratch, it's just a real challenge to do at the beginning. So, hey, if that's what you're looking for the challenge, this is the way to go.
Yeah. If you guys love banging your head against the wall and throwing your keyboard, try gambling and education.
Oh, we see we're having a poop problem there, it looked like, as well, right?
Yeah, they're running a little short on sewage export, so I went ahead over back to Demo City to kind of wrap that up.
Yeah, put another pipe in place and call it a day.
Yeah, you got to keep the poops a-flowing.
That's it, man. People get upset. For some reason, they want their trash picked up. They want to, like, not cough and die everywhere. You know, they don't want to be sitting in their own filth.
For some reason.
I don't know. They're awful demanding. That's all I got to say. But hey, you know, give them what they want, and they'll give you what you want, which is money and the ability to build up more stuff. So that's fine. Oh, you're on slow speed here, I guess. That's the only reason that looks like it's moving at, well, turtle speed. All right?
Yeah. So guys, we're getting close to the end here. We're going to kind of wrap it up. Going back to Gambleton to explore yet more painful decision making.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, to make decisions that are borderline impossible, but we'll do what we can. So check out the next video here for some continuation of this, and we'll see where we can go, get some skyscrapers going maybe, and hopefully start that education process that we've been going for the entire time. Anyway, check out the rest of the series there, and or also if you're interested in FTL, we got a link there to our previous series on that, and tap the subscribe button there if you'd like to get more info from us, and take it easy, guys. We'll see you soon on the next video.